Yo, once again, it's on. Back at you one more again, you know what I mean? Real Kens TV in the house like kitchen sinks. Hopefully you like the video. Feel free to comment, share. Definitely subscribe to the channel. And hit that post notification. So anytime I bring you this heat and this action, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive it. You know what I mean? No further ado, I'd like to get into the video of the day. You know, I did a short yesterday, a short video, and I was speaking my opinion on Vladtv, who refuses, or declined rather, to do an interview with Fleece Johnson. And it seems as though I received a whole lot of flack for that in my comments, you know. My thing is this. If Vlad chooses not to do an interview with Fleece, some of you guys is perfectly right. That's his right. Sorry about that. I'm in the backyard, man. You know what I mean? It's hot. But, you know, he's perfectly within his right not to do an interview with Fleece Johnson. It's his show. It's his platform. He interviews who he wants to interview and as many times he wants to interview him. And guess what? I'm not knocking that. You know, I just gave my opinion on it. And so many people, you know, they got something to say about it, which is their right. You know, everybody's entitled to their opinion. You know, my only question is this. You're saying that you don't want to interview Fleece Johnson because you don't want to ruin your integrity, so to speak. You know, you have integrity. And, you know, Vlad called Fleece Johnson a rapist. And he said that, you know, they have the paperwork or whatever to prove that he was in prison raping people. This is what Vlad said. You know, the thing about that, Vlad better make sure that he really does have that paperwork. Because you're slandering the man's name in front of millions. You have millions of people. So Vlad better really make sure that he has the paperwork to, you know, prove what he's saying. Now, another thing that I mentioned is that he did an R Kelly interview over the phone, but once again, he said his integrity wouldn't allow him to put it out. So he declined to put out the R Kelly interview. All of a sudden, Vlad has integrity. Did you have integrity when you interviewed Sammy the Bull? How many people has Sammy the Bull killed? How much dirt has he done? You know, there's several other people, convicted killers that Vlad chose to interview, and that's fine. But what was your integrity then? I'm just saying, what was the integrity then? But now all of a sudden, with Fleece Johnson, he was, and let me, for the record, I don't know Fleece Johnson. He's from my state. We from the same state. You know what I mean? But I don't know the man, never met the man. You know, and I think that it's a shame, even though, once again, I agree, you can interview who you want to interview, but don't make it like it's an integrity thing, like all of a sudden you got all this integrity. You know, people have interviewed Jeffrey Dahmer. People have interviewed, you know what I'm saying, the Merlin Manson. Like, there's all type of people that have done terrible, terrible acts in this world that have been interviewed. You know, the whole thing with Fleece Johnson, like he said, hey, it's documented. I ain't never been convicted of any sort of sexual crime. I've never been charged for any sort of sexual crime. Now, I understand what the perception is, and Fleece has to, you know, be held accountable for that, because, you know, his own actions, you know, cause people, some of the things that he said, it causes people to think these things. So, you know, Fleece has to be, you know, held accountable for that. But in my opinion, and from what I've heard, like I said, I'm in the same state. I've talked to people that have been, you know, incarcerated with him. A lot of the stories that he's telling is true, as far as him, you know, dealing with the inmates and knocking people out and doing certain things, being violent, and none of that stuff is cool. But I'm just saying, a lot of these things are true. I just have questioned some of the things that he said he did to staff members. That's the only thing that I question. Anything dealing with an inmate and most of the things that he says, I definitely agree, I believe him on. But I just wanted to kind of touch bases and let that be known. Like, I understand Vlad can do that. It's his show. Just like, my show. I don't care if I only have, you know, 20 subscribers. It's my show. So if I want to interview such and such, I can. If I choose not to, that's on me. But it's not always about what we want. It's about what the viewers want to see. So yeah, a lot of people have seen Fleece Johnson on the internet, on YouTube. But they're smaller channels. I believe the channel that he has, the up and coming, Hustler Spirit 502. I believe that's the name of the channel where you can catch the official channel, where you can catch the Fleece Johnson interviews. Hustlers Spirits 502. And a lot of people have seen those interviews. But he has like maybe 32,000 subscribers. Like I said, he's up and coming. He's doing this, they're doing their thing. But they haven't reached that pinnacle yet. Vlad got close to 6 million people. So there's a lot of people that will see that interview, and it gives Fleece an opportunity to tell his side of the story. Because a lot of people do look at him as a rapist. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people do. With the show, the Boondocks, and him doing the interview, and if I want shit, I got to have you. But he tells a different side as far as, I thought I was never getting out of prison. They kind of enticed me, if you will, kind of coached me to say some of those things. So it gives him an opportunity to just explain himself, man. So I personally think, Vlad, you should do the interview, and I know, it should never reach you. But guess what? I'm giving my opinion. I think he should do the interview. A lot of people will watch it, and it don't have anything to do with integrity. Now, if he was in there really, really raping people and really, taking people by force, I can see. But I done seen some of the dudes you done interviewed, man, and there was no integrity then. Just my opinion, man. Real Kens TV. Hopefully you like the video. Feel free to comment. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. That post notification, so anytime I bring you this heat and this action, guess what? You'll be the first to receive it. Share the video, help me get the channel up and going. Right now we a small channel. We up and coming, man, But Real Kens TV, man, till next time. We out.